So, what even is unemployment, and how is it measured? When people hear the word unemployment, they often think of huge job cuts and long lines outside government offices. But in reality, it's more of a slow, creeping thing. It shows up in small, everyday moments, long before it becomes big news. Imagine you walk through your neighborhood on a regular weekday last year. Every cafe was full, every small business had more customers than they could handle, and people seemed confident about finding new jobs if they ever needed to. But recently things have changed. The coffee shop that once had a long queue is now half empty. The shop owner tells you they stopped hiring part-timers because business is slower. Your friend who works in tech says job postings are getting rare, and even companies that used to hire aggressively are suddenly quiet. People are starting to hold on to their current jobs because new opportunities seem uncertain. This is exactly how unemployment begins to appear in daily life, not with a loud bang but with a silent slowdown. So, what even is unemployment? Well, it's basically when people who want to work can't find a job, not because they're being picky, but because there just aren't enough opportunities in the economy. When the number of people looking for work is growing faster than the number of jobs, unemployment goes up. It's like musical chairs, but with fewer chairs every round. Economists measure unemployment in a pretty straightforward way. First, they count the number of people who are actively looking for work. This includes people applying for jobs, sending CVs, and going to interviews. Then, they compare this number with the total labor force, which is everyone of working age who either has a job or wants one. Children, retirees, and those who choose not to work are not part of this group. So, the unemployment rate is simply the percentage of people who want a job but cannot find one, even though they are trying. There are a few different types of unemployment, and each one comes from a different situation. For example, there's frictional unemployment, which is temporary and normal. This happens when someone leaves a job to find another one. Maybe you've had it with your job and spent 2 months searching for something better. That gap is frictional unemployment. It's not a bad thing, it's just part of a healthy economy. Structural unemployment is a bigger problem. It happens when people's skills aren't right for the jobs that are available. For example, say a factory worker's company starts using advanced robotics. The worker still wants to work, but the job now needs coding knowledge and technical skills because the worker doesn't match the new requirements. So they become unemployed even though there are jobs available. This kind of unemployment often means the economy is changing faster than people can adapt. Cyclical unemployment is what most people experience during economic downturns. When spending slows, companies sell less and they cut staff hours or lay off workers. Imagine you work in retail during a recession. Customers buy fewer non-essentials, companies earn less, and they cut costs. Suddenly, you and many others are out of work, even though nothing is wrong with your skills or performance. This unemployment disappears when the economy recovers. Unemployment is a big deal because it affects pretty much everything: confidence, spending, family decisions, and overall stability. When unemployment rises, people become cautious. Someone who planned to buy a car might delay it, or someone who wanted to move to a bigger house might wait another year. When millions of people make similar choices, the whole economy slows down even more, creating a cycle that is hard to break. High unemployment also affects mental well-being, with people starting to doubt their abilities even when the real problem is the economy, not them. Governments keep track of unemployment to see how healthy the economy is. They look at job creation numbers, how many companies are hiring, how many are cutting back, and which sectors are under pressure. For example, fewer people want expensive mortgages, so there are fewer construction jobs when interest rates rise. Fewer people want to invest, so there are fewer tech jobs. People are less likely to travel, so there are fewer tourism jobs. All these signs together show where the economy is heading. When unemployment is high, governments and central banks use a few tricks to try and boost the economy. One of the things they do is lower interest rates, which encourages companies to borrow and expand, making loans cheaper so businesses can hire more people. Cutting taxes also puts more money in people's pockets, so they spend more and increase demand. Public spending on roads, schools, hospitals, and infrastructure creates jobs directly, and each worker then spends money in their local area, supporting even more jobs. For most people, it feels like jobs are disappearing, interviews are taking ages, companies never call back, friends are chatting about tightening their belts, families are canceling their holidays, workplaces are avoiding giving raises, and the economy feels like it's holding its breath, waiting for things to pick up again. Unemployment is more than just a number, it's a window into